You're listening to Virginia Trioli on ABC Radio Melbourne.
This, I'm sure, is a terribly ignorant thing to admit to, but, you know, why not? Because I have to say, when I realised a few months ago, it was actually right in the middle of pandemic protests, that this swastika was not a banned artefact, if you like, or a banned hate symbol, I was genuinely surprised. So it's taken some time. But then here's the other surprising thing. If Victoria is successful in banning it, it'll be the only state in the country that has. Dvir Abramovich is the chair of the Anti-Defamation Commission. Dvir, good to talk to you.
Good morning, Virginia. Nice to be with you.
Does it surprise you that it's taken us this long to ban such a symbol?
Well, when I started this campaign 5 years ago, I was told by many that it would never happen. But yes, there was a glorious day, not just for our democracy, but also for our multiculturalism, for our community. Because what the government is saying, and the opposition, and I think the many community groups who have backed me on this campaign, is that those who are inflamed with virulent bigotry, those neo-Nazis who have been using the Nazi swastika as a rallying cry to celebrate the murderous legacy of the Third Reich, no longer have the law on their side. And we have to remember what the swastika represents. And we've had over the last 6 to 7 years, Nazi swastika vandalism skyrocket across the country, especially in Victoria. So this is a day for the history books.
Well, it is indeed, because as I mentioned, we'll become the first jurisdiction to criminalise the display of the swastika. If this passes Parliament, and we understand that it has bipartisan support, you'll be up for 12 months in jail and a potential of $22,000 as a fine. Is it your understanding, Dvir Abramovich, that this does have bipartisan support, that it should go through the House pretty quickly?
It certainly has bipartisan support, and I don't think I've met a single individual who opposed the idea, because, Virginia, what we ignore, we empower. And I think the fact that we've got white supremacists and neo-Nazis walking the streets of Melbourne with the Nazi swastika, we've got people flying the Nazi swastika flag. We've really had, over the last few years, the modern face of Hitler. And let's remember that anybody who is holding the Nazi swastika or puts it on a car or puts it on a flag is determined to march people like myself and you into a gas chamber. These are the modern guards of Auschwitz. And we have to fight back. This is really a fight between good and evil. And it's one, as I said, that we have to win.
I'm being asked questions, and I don't know, you can't necessarily, Dvir, speak absolutely to the legislation, but I guess to the consequences of it. Someone asking, does that mean you can't have the swastika displayed in a film, for example? If it was a film talking about World War II history, I imagine that would be appropriate, wouldn't it?
Absolutely. The legislation makes appropriate exemptions for the symbol to be used in educational purposes and awareness in education, art, and films. So the only people who are using the Nazi swastika maliciously and poisonously are the hardcore bigots who are here to intimidate and to frighten and to sow fear. That's what they're about. And nobody can look the Holocaust survivors in the eye and convince them that this is simply not an issue that they should be concerned about.
Dvir, do you think they really understand? I often, you see some of those rallies and you see these people who might be displaying that symbol, and I often want to ask them, do you actually know why you're even doing this? I wonder if they're imputing to the symbol meanings that aren't even there, and, as you say, completely ignoring the true and horrific meaning attached to it. Do you think that even they might have a level of ignorance with them about
Virginia,
the symbol?
Yeah. Virginia, I'm not in the business of giving a free cover and a pass to adults who consciously and deliberately are weaponizing this symbol.
It's fair point.
And I think that those who are holding and those who are parading the Nazi swastika are really celebrating the Third Reich. They're celebrating the shooting of families in fields, the cracking of baby skulls, the pushing of mothers and children into the gas chambers. I think that we have to stand very strong against a resurgent, agitated white supremacist movement. Just a couple of weeks ago, we had a group of neo-Nazis celebrate Hitler's birthday in a Dockland restaurant. A few years ago, we had 4 individuals march into a Coles supermarket in North Melbourne, wearing Nazi uniforms and an armband. we have a crisis on our hand, and I think there's an escalating and a growing threat of neo-Nazism in this state. It didn't die in the bunker with Hitler. It is alive and well in Victoria. It's not history, and we really have to push back. And this is, as I said, it's a momentous occasion, and we should be very, very proud.
Dvir Abramovich, good to talk to you this morning. Thank you so much.
Thank you for your time. Bye-bye.
It's good to talk to Dvir, who's the chair of the Anti-Defamation Commission.